La Liga is back, but this time with a serious plot twist. The biggest El Clasico since the Messi-Ronaldo era, a surprise new contender in the title race, and that unpredictable dogfight for the top four. If last season was Barcelona's clean sweep, this season promises chaos. Why? Because La Liga is about to go wild. The usual suspects haven't been sleeping this summer. They've been grinding all window long. Barcelona's summer was eventful. Fresh off a domestic treble, they kicked off the season with a 3-0 win against Mallorca.
Goes in front and 2 players less for the opponent. It's not easy, but we have to play better, faster, and of course the opponent.
But that doesn't tell the full story. Even with a convincing scoreline, Hansi Flick wasn't impressed. His side were already 2 up by halftime against 9-man Mallorca, yet he later admitted the team only played at 50% intensity. Still, this is the same Barca we saw last season, deadly with central overloads and explosive wide players. Rafinha picked up where he left off, scoring the opener. Ferran Torres added the second, controversially, but the third? Classic Lamine Yamal. Cut inside, fake shot again, then top corner. Vintage Yamal. A goal and an assist on opening day. With the number 10 on his back, we might just be stepping into a new era. The Lamine Yamal era. A right winger ready to dominate football. And Flick's system is designed to make this Barca team unpredictable and dangerous.
Elena Condis, Cadena COPE. Why did you pick Eric Garcia over Jules Koundé? Is it due to physical issue or just meritocracy? Thank you.
No, it's a preseason, so Eric played really good and he deserved to play. So
Flick even dropped a hint when asked why Eric Garcia started ahead of Jules Koundé. His answer? Not injuries, just pure merit. Garcia had been outstanding in pre-season and training. Competition for spots is fierce. Barca cruised to victory without Lewandowski up front. When he returns, does Flick reward Ferran's form or throw Liga straight back in? Add Marcus Rashford into the mix, who can play either wing or down the middle, and things get even trickier. Midfield, just as stacked. Fermin Lopez started in the 10 role, but Flick could have easily gone with Dani Olmo. Behind them, Frenkie de Jong and Pedri ran the show. Gavi was waiting on the bench. Same with Marc Casado. That's Barca's biggest weapon, rotation. Flick can tweak his 11 every game without sacrificing quality. Even after losing Inigo Martinez to Al Nassr, Ronald Araujo is stepping up with something to prove. The goalkeeping crisis? Solved. Joan Garcia kept a clean sheet on debut. The squad looks deep, hungry, and balanced.
Those losses. You remember falling out. Remember watching the heartbreak from the Champions League when they didn't win that match.
Last season, they conquered Spain. This season, they're targeting another treble. Yet despite all that strength, the bookmakers don't have them as favourites. That honour belongs to their eternal rivals in white.
How can Real Madrid possibly be favourites?
Yeah.
How can they possibly? Everything Ali said about Barcelona is spot on. It's like, why would you touch it? That's why.
Real Madrid, a fresh era at the Bernabeu, but with the same burning obsession, dominating Spanish football. They opened with a narrow 1-0 win over Osasuna. Not a performance to remember, but Mbappe's penalty was enough. The Frenchman looked sharp, winning fouls, completing dribbles, showing flashes of what's to come. And Xabi Alonso has made his intentions clear. Real Madrid must have an identity again, something they sorely lacked last season. Towards the end of T4, Real Madrid had a major problem overshadowing everything at the club.
Mbappe, Vinny Jr. Yesterday we had Mario Suarez here, asking whether those 2 players would be pressing for Xabi Alonso. What are your thoughts on this?
The Kylian Mbappe and Vinicius Jr. dilemma. Mbappe won the Pichichi and the European Golden Shoe last season, setting a record for most goals in a debut campaign for Real Madrid. Yet his arrival disrupted a winning formula, one Carlo Ancelotti just couldn't balance. No matter what he tried, Don Carlo failed to fit all the attacking stars into one system. The result? He was sacked. Now, it's Xabi Alonso's problem. But here's the difference. Under Alonso, it's not about fitting others around Mbappe. It's about Mbappe fitting into the collective. He has to do more than just score. The team won't revolve solely around him anymore. We've already seen Alonso put his stamp on the squad with bold moves in the market. Before the Club World Cup, Real Madrid signed Trent Alexander-Arnold to bolster the right flank and Álvaro Carreras from Benfica for the left. They also beat PSG to land Franco Mastantuono, one of the most exciting 18-year-olds in world football. 3 signings that weren't about quantity, but quality and solutions. And the truth is, Real Madrid already have enough talent to scare anyone. It all depends on how Alonso chooses to use them. One player already thriving under him, Arda Güler. Floating between the lines, operating in pockets and half spaces, he's becoming a creative spark in midfield. In attack, another revelation has emerged. Gonzalo Garcia lit up the Club World Cup. Finally, a proper number 9. Clinical, in front of goal, linking up play, pressing hard, covering spaces. He impressed so much that Madrid refused to loan him out, keeping him in the squad. Which now means Alonso has Mbappe, Vinicius, Rodrigo, Endrick, Brahim Diaz and Gonzalo Garcia all competing for spots in attack. It's a star-studded squad, but there's only one mission: reclaim the throne of Spain. Last season wasn't just poor, it was humiliating. 4 defeats to Barcelona, 2 of them in finals. That cannot happen again. This season isn't just about beating Barcelona, it's about making statements every single match. And that's where the rivalry gets even spicier. La Liga still revolves around Barcelona and Real Madrid, but this season, there's a twist. Lamine Yamal, Barcelona's new number 10. Kylian Mbappe, Real Madrid's new number 10. Their battle began last season. This time, it could explode. Yamal shone brightest at first, but Mbappe answered back. After a nightmare debut Clásico, caught offside 8 times in a 4-0 defeat, he responded by scoring 5 goals across the next 3 meetings with Barcelona, including a hat-trick at the Luis companies. Both demand attention. Both are potential Ballon d'Or winners. And both are only just getting started. But here's the kicker. This season's title race might not be a 2-horse battle. Enter Atletico Madrid, always in the shadows, easy to dismiss after their shock defeat to Espanyol on opening day. But La Liga is a marathon, not a sprint. And this Atletico side is very different from last year's. Major changes have rocked Atletico Madrid. 9 first-team players are gone. Rodrigo de Paul to Inter Miami, Ángel Correa, Axel Witsel, Cesar Azpilicueta, Samuel Lino, Saúl Ñíguez, Reinildo and Thomas Lemar in their place. Los Colchoneros have invested over 175 million in a full-scale squad revamp. Giacomo Raspadori, Alex Baena, Johnny Cardozo, Thiago Almada, David Hanco, Matteo Ruggeri and Marc Pubil, all new faces in Simeone's system. And when it comes to Simeone, we usually expect one brand of football: gritty, compact, hard to break down. But these signings suggest he's evolving, building on what he already has. One player who could explode this season: Julián Álvarez. That stunning free kick against Espanyol wasn't just his first goal in the league, it was a reminder of the world-class striker Atletico have on their hands. His movement, his energy, his finishing. This could be his breakout year under Simeone. Of course, this Atletico side still needs time to gel, but when they do, it could be terrifying. especially with last season's failures still fresh. They topped La Liga heading into Christmas, yet by April they were out of the title race. Knocked out of the Champions League in the round of 16 by Real Madrid, then underwhelming in the Club World Cup. This time, they're fueled by revenge. And don't forget history. Since 2008-09, only Atletico have managed to break the Barca Madrid monopoly, winning the league twice under Simeone in 2013-14 and 2020-21. Both times, he had a killer duo, Costa and Turan, Suarez and Correa. In 2024-25, the magic might just come from Julian Alvarez and Alex Baena, but La Liga drama doesn't end with the big three. The real chaos often comes from the fight for fourth, the last Champions League ticket. Athletic Club grabbed it last season, and they've kept their crown jewel.
Himself, it is Nico Williams himself.
Cuando hay que tomar decisiones, para mí lo que pesa más es el corazón. Estoy donde quiero estar, con los míos.
Nico Williams looked set to join Barcelona this summer, but stunned everyone by extending his contract. On opening day against Sevilla, he proved why he's worth it, scoring once and assisting the winner in a 3-2 victory. For Bilbao, keeping Nico means stability. The same squad, more European experience, and another shot at the top four. Villarreal are right there too. The Yellow Submarine also booked their Champions League spot last season. Their mission now? Break into the top three. They've signed Thomas Partey on a free from Arsenal, brought in Rafa Marin on loan from Napoli, added Inter's Tajon Buchanan, Santiago Moreno from Atletico, and Alberto Molero from Las Palmas. Losing Alex Baena and Tierno Barry hurts, but there's still enough quality to compete at the very top. For Real Betis and Celta Vigo, it's about building on momentum. For Sevilla and Valencia, it's about proving the sleeping giants can still roar. Yes, La Liga has two powerhouses, but the rest of the league? Just as entertaining. Every club has strengthened. Some, like Barcelona, started perfectly. Others, like Atletico, have ground to make up. And for Real Madrid, their challenge isn't adding more, it's managing the world-class talent they already have, which is easier said than done, especially when Pep Guardiola is eyeing one of their brightest stars.